When you come into Limahuli, you're going to see plants that you see nowhere else in the world. All of this biodiversity was a foundation that Hawaiian culture was built on. I hear the voices of the old Hawaiians talking about how special this place is and pushing me to really care for this place. Limahuli Garden and Preserve is a 1,000-acre botanical garden and nature preserve situated on the north shore on the island of Kauai in the Hawaiian Islands. My job is to basically garner support for our protection of this place and the restoration of this valley. Some of the plants that we have now, they're so rare that you have to go on a 4-mile hike deep into the valley or risk your life and climb one of those peaks to get to them. One of the examples of that is this plant called olana, which is the second strongest fiber in the world. Now that plant is pretty rare and it only exists way deep back in the wet valleys of the island. Within the context of the Hawaiian culture, every plant has a name. When a plant goes extinct, that's a part of our language, it dies. It's our job to make sure that they stick around for future generations. So this tree right here, this is a really important tree culturally. It's a hardwood. It's the second hardest wood in the forest. Its name is uhi. It's down to 2 trees left on the island of Kauai. So this is one tree that you're not going to really find anywhere else. 200 years ago, all these plants were all around. The community was actively cultivating them, but there's been a huge disconnect in the past 200 years between the community and the resources of the valley. This is actually the state flower. Unfortunately, our state flower is down to just a handful of individuals in the wild, so it's kind of a pretty strong statement of the state of affairs of our native plants. I can feel the rare plants calling for help. We talk about sustainability nowadays. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. The ancient Hawaiians did it. They were doing it for a millennium at least. In Hawaiian culture, you always try to be at a point where you've given more than you've taken. That resource management system is viable in the 21st century to address a lot of the problems we're dealing with nowadays. If we're engaging with the ocean, we don't just go down there and fish. We build fish houses so that there's more habitat for the fish to live in. And in the forest, you go and take care of the place, make sure that the plants are healthy before you gather, and then before you leave, you replant behind you so that there's more for tomorrow. You take responsibility for something and then you have a right to access it. Humanity doesn't have to be separated from nature. And there are ways for humanity to engage nature such that both benefit. This place can be a model. It can be a model of how humanity is connected to nature. And that is probably the most important story in Hawaiian culture.